Good day, everyone, and welcome. My name is Rudy Page, and I'm pleased as part of our ongoing Windrush 75 Anchor Dialogues. Our special guest is Jannette Barrett, aka Lyricist B.
That's right.
And our theme is a poem from my thoughts, life and experiences. Jannette, how are you?
I'm well, Rudy. Thank you very much for inviting me to share my poetry and my narration style. Thank you.
Excellent. And I'm very impressed, and I'm sure everyone else will be.
Thank you.
Jannette, before we start, tell us a bit about yourself and your family background.
Well, my father was born in 1909, and he was pretty well established long before the people of the first people of the Windrush generation came over. And we had a big house because he was part of the American Naval Forces. And we had a big house. And what we did when the Windrush people came over, the latter part anyway, we rented the rooms of our house upstairs to all former folk from Nigeria and onwards. So we had the stories of the Windrush generation flowing through our household from when I was a very small child, because I'm a woman who was born from the 60s. So that is my generation, growing up through that and hearing firsthand the story. So I'm very familiar with that.
Yeah. Okay. So, and where was he from originally?
My father was from St. Lucia, my mother from Jamaica.
Okay. Great. So what got you into writing?
Well, I believe I've led a very colorful life, and I've been surrounded by stories all my life. And I thought, I'm getting older. I wrote my trilogy autobiography from the age of 50, so it's been out a few years now. It took me a while to write it because I'm dyslexic. But since I've written the 3 parts of my own autobiography, I've also been invited to write chapters in 6 anthologies. Great. And from my writing, I've always written poetry, I've written songs, I'm a singer-songwriter, I've written verse for people, for weddings, for funerals, motivational speaking, one-woman shows. So writing is something that I've always done. Dyslexia has never held me back.
Great. And also that's a good message for some people who may not feel confident to write because of being diagnosed as dyslexic. So that's a good example for others.
It is, because you can write it in a certain way, or you can dictate, and there's always editors that can polish the work up for you. It doesn't have to be a stumbling block. If you've got something to say, just say it any which way you can, because it can be developed.
Absolutely. And everyone's got a story to tell, haven't they?
Oh, I believe so. Most definitely. Yeah.
So what have you written that's been published?
My autobiography, 6 anthologies. I've written many plays. Some plays have been bought by other people. One that's going on at the moment, it's a tour of the King of Reggae, the man, the music. That's on tour now. I wrote the first section, last year's narration for that. This year, I think there's a new addition to the narration, and someone else is doing it at the moment, leaving me room to do my own personal plays, which I've done for a long time. I've done several plays myself, which have had full houses to them. So I have some form of success there.
Brilliant. So going back, you mentioned the King of Reggae. Why Bob Marley? Tell us why.
Why not Bob Marley? Bob Marley associated with the ending of the Second World War, and to me that's very poignant, because he was always symbolized as a man of peace. And at the end of the war, everyone was looking for that message of peace. And I think that's why Bob Marley's message up to today now, of unity, bringing people together, and of course of him being mixed heritage as well, bringing black and white together with the Rudies and all of the ska music and everything. He was a melting pot that blended and brought people together. And I think that's why his music still stands. So when I was asked to write that, I jumped straight in there, 2 foot and 2 hand.
Great. And how was the show received?
Very, very well. It's going very, very well from strength to strength. The Rush Theatre Company is doing really, really well with their 2 shows, and I couldn't be prouder to be a part of it.
Mm-hmm. So what was your special approach? And I'm now thinking of Merle.
Yeah, Merle is an amalgamation of 3 different women that I've met in my lifetime and stories that they've told. But with Merle Mackenzie, I think it's very important that everyone talks about them coming over. No one's ever heard of people telling me about the story of being actually on the ship and how it felt. You know, they talk about when they arrived and all the color bar and all of this going on and sharing room and the hard work, etc., etc. But Merle Mackenzie's story is all about her time on the ship and what it felt like, and you know, the excitement, etc., etc. So it's actually, the Merle Mackenzie thing is actually a full one-woman show monologue. But what I'm going to share today is just a snippet of it, which obviously because it's poetry and that's what you're doing today. So I'm going to share the poetry part of it.
Okay. Look forward to that.
Okay. All right. I can go in it anytime you want me to go into it.
When you're ready. I said no, but Mama wanted me to go.
That's right. That's what it's called. I said no, but Mama wanted me to go. And it's important that the listeners or the viewers now, even yourself, if you shut your eyes, I don't want you to see me. I want you to imagine any Merle, any aged person in your lifetime, your grandmother or whatever, because Merle is a woman of 96. Okay. And here I go. Merle, 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 on the counter tree, lift your head off of the pillow, sit up straight and hold thyself steady. Oi, Lord, give me mercy. My mind is strong, but my body is weak so till. But no matter how tired me is, I will still give thanks to you today and everyday prayer, both the good ones and the bad ones, because every one of them was either learning or a blessing. Yes, Lord, I know I is traveling. Sunrise, June the 6th, 1927. Sunset, well, that no come yet. So before you come for me, give me little strength to lift something for me family. Because me no want them to forget me history and for me legacy. All right, let me sit up straight and tell you my story. My name is Merle Mackenzie, and I want all of you to know about a very special journey. My journey on the HMT Empire Windrush in 1948. I'm recalling it now before it is too late. Oh, everybody was so excited, and I felt so lucky to be sharing a cabin with 3 God-fearing young ladies. We all waved hand in gloves together as we departed, trying not to weep. The journey was so long, over 3 weeks with just a chug along and high sea, calm sea, with nothing to see but the sea. And it was terribly uncomfortable. Mama's words in my ear that I was strong and able were the only tools I had to keep me stable. I said no, but Mama wanted me to go. She saw something in me that I couldn't possibly see because I had not yet reached maturity. A mother knows her children's possibilities. I felt so sick almost every day. And sometimes what I ate came straight back up from out of my belly. If it wasn't for my girdle holding me tightly, I'm sure the whole of my insides would have escaped, including my big old liver, right in the sea. This was not a lovely raft ride down Black River, no, sir, because it wasn't only me leaving over the barrier. Next to me was a man that did favor me father. Me look upon him and nearly ball I water because poor daddy, him dead in the war. The food on board never helped nobody. Not one of we agree with. We try share between us where we did carry, but did no say it wouldn't stretch past a week. I never see so much big man about we worry, holding them belly, walking slowly because they're weak. So the day we land at Tilbury Dock, you want see with them and we near thank the Lord that the ship stop rock and we are go step in at the land of promises. In my best frock, gloves, coat and hat, I step into the line right next to a man that was so prim in his pride. He was wearing the finest suit I ever did see. The buttons them sew on so perfectly. Nothing a hang loose and nothing was out of place. And him skin just a glow upon him face. Thank goodness the hand did blow because I couldn't stop looking at him. And I know him did know. Little more, everybody I look. We look and we look everywhere we stare. Couldn't see a drop of color nowhere. And the smell in the air was so indescribable. I had to open my purse and retrieve the kerchief Mama gave me containing some dry pressed honeysuckle. But still, the smell seep in a every crevice. You know, say it take almost a whole day to disembark with one thing or another. Them have we turn up so long and a whole up we grip them. That the whole of my legs swelling in my stocking foot and fall over my shoe buckle. Lord, my foot was a hot me. But we all stood in line, prim and prime, and not one of we wobble. Finally, one by one, we named them, take off in the holding station after we show we papers. Just to be bombarded by men in long, dirty coat with smokes at the side of their mouth holding big flashing light, telling us that they might take we picture. And then it hit me. I am here. I said no, but Mama wanted me to go. So, what was going to happen now? If I didn't know what would happen, if Mama didn't know what would happen, my no would have stood. I am a midwife, I said. My papers also told them that I am a midwife. I've done my 3 years midwifery training, so why was it that I could not work on a maternity ward? It never mattered when me did say to them ears stay hard. My papers meant nothing here. So I had to train again for another 4 years. Then talk to me like I wasn't educated. I felt such a way and was so frustrated. The anger built up in me and it burned. But Mama always said, nobody draw out your tongue. It felt like an eternity for the majority of those years. Fetching, carrying, cleaning, and filing, and all the while hearing, she's dirty, amongst other profanities. Dirty? Me? I don't think them did know when near wash rag and soak, cause them never wash every day like me. I was sharing quarters with the most untidy. I'm surprised me never catch the thing called dysentery. Them here was the worst though, cause it was always moving. I was so frightened the lice would jump on me, so I made sure I greased up myself and my hair with something called Vaseline. It was so versatile, you could have used it for anything. I worked so hard for my registration, but they would only give people that looked like me a SEN, State Enrolled Nurse Qualification. Sure. And after all what we do for this mother nation, never mind me go back and talk about plantation. Huh? Mama was right. I was strong and able. My wages helped put food on mine and my siblings' table. If Mama foot them wasn't so bad from the diabetes, maybe she would have come instead and back home I would have been the family's head. I'm so glad though. She was safe from seeing and hearing all of the dread. Cause without daddy by our side, I think she would have dead. There's no way she could have walked the walks I've walked and the whole heap of miles I've treaded. I said no. Oh, Mama wanted me to go, and she was right. Long time she passed when no one joined daddy. Even Bertie, my husband, the man in the finest suit I ever did see. So if I go today, I am happy. I know you all know the start of my legacy. So make sure you all live good and not trouble nobody. You hear me? Cause my name is Merle Mackenzie, and I have done some good works in this world. All right, Bertie. I know I won't be long. Me soon come. A long time me never see you. Come let me hold your hand. Thank you.
Excellent. Very well done. Very well done. So I must ask you a final question about as Merle. So Merle, having lived this long lasting life, what is the message for young Merle now? Getting on that boat.
Yes, young Merle, if I could go back and tell young Merle, we would tell young Merle to brace herself. Yes. Be prepared, and all the stories that she heard of the land of promises and the pavements paved with gold, nothing will go so. Right? Think the total opposite, right? And gird your loins, because there's many of surprises to see. You would most certainly overcome every one of them.
Excellent, excellent. So what have you got lined up for the future? Where do we see you next?
The next thing I've got this that I'm doing as a monologue that I'll in July sometime. No, the beginning of July, end of June, beginning of July, obviously coinciding with Windrush. Yeah. But also got 2 short films, but I can't give much detail on because I can't say anything about it. You know how it goes already. Cool. And I'm currently writing a psychological drama as well. Called Angle.
Excellent. So is there a website if people want to get hold of you, get in touch, find out more about your work and stuff?
Yeah, I've got two email sites. I haven't got a website. I haven't put that up because I don't want to be bombarded because I like to pace myself and give 100% to each thing that I do rather than having too many eggs in one basket. I don't particularly like omelets. So you can catch me at Lyricist B, or lowercase Lyricist B, pen to page at outlook.com. That's the email. And they're on Facebook as well, like everybody else, I suppose. You know, just put Jannette Barrett .7. Yeah, Jannette Barrett. Jannette.Barrett.71.
Excellent.
Barrett.71. Yeah. And that you'll see some snippets of videos and things that I've done before, little film clips, etc. Or of course you can do the Google. You can Google me.
Let's Google you.
Plenty of me on Google. Just go straight into Google and you see lots of different things with me on Google, including the short films that I've done, Nurse Brown, on stream TV and things like that. It's in there. And some of Windrush workshops that I did with Gazebo Theatre Company.
Right.
I'm a member of the Birmingham Opera Company as well, so I've done plays with that symphony hall and different places. So
excellent.
Quite a proud person I am. I don't just do, you know, you look at me and think, after I've just read that I do opera as well.
Yeah.
And I like 2 sides of the fence, really, isn't it?
Absolutely. So, you know, your creative skills are excellent and wide ranging as well.
Thank you.
Impressive.
Thank
Great.
you.
So thank you very much. And I'm really pleased that you were able to join us today.
Me too. Especially International Women's Day. I am my best influencer myself, you know, because when I had to now embrace equity, you know, am I as equal to embracing myself as I am to other people? You know, and I had to really look into this and think, you know, I have plenty of people that I admire, but who is my most influential person that will get me to do something? It's myself.
Absolutely.
It's, you know,
motivation.
When I think of what I've been through in life, and I look back and think, whoa, you know, how did I get through that? You know, being a young carer from the age of 2 years old and things like that. It's deep.
Yeah, resilience. I
celebrate me this year, the better me for 2023.
Yeah, and I like that, and that aligns neatly with our Windrush 75 theme of hope, strength, and belonging.
Yes, absolutely.
Great, thank you. Take care.
Thank you. Okay then, thank you.
Bye.
Bye-bye.